What's up, guys? Yay, we're here. Just got the notification. What's up, Thomas? Are we live? We are live, Traven Jameson. Hope it's not about the 9th episode. Okay, so right now, I'm not going to talk about the newest episode. I'm not going to do spoilers for that, other than the fact that I like the episode, had a good battle in it. But what's going on, guys? Been a while since we did a real legitimate live chat, I think. And because, of course, I've been way behind on these reviews, figured I'd go ahead and knock out a basic kind of review and discussion with you guys about the Build Divers episodes we've already seen. But first and foremost, it hadn't started just yet, Thomas. Remember, there is a delay. And what's up, Corpuscle? I see you up there. And Swatrana. Okay, so first and foremost, thanks for y'all support recently, guys. You guys know that we've been going through a really difficult time here at home. The Shoki Cave was threatened by internal flooding, so to speak, and they did a lot of work on Friday to exact repairs on all that. They're actually supposed to be finishing it up today with paint and trim work and stuff like that, the last couple steps. I'm not too concerned about it as long as he doesn't show up in the middle of this live stream, which is entirely possible. But anyways, yeah, you're done, Thomas. It's okay. But other than that, you know, we had a decent weekend. I had a 4-day weekend for the first time in a long time. I've had Saturdays off for the last 3 weeks for vacation. Sunday, we went out to the beach. You guys saw my Happy Memorial Day video. Luckily, we barely got out of there in time for a really big rainstorm. We saw it coming and bailed, thank God. But yesterday, we just had a lazy day around here. I finished up work on a Blue Boy, as it were. And that review is done. That's the first time I finished a build and knocked out the review in the same day. It's the first time in a long time that wasn't a Master Grade Monday. So that review will be coming up very soon. I'm really trying to get back in the role of getting out reviews. Like, I've got unboxings done, but actually getting the reviews out and getting the builds done has not been going very quickly lately. So it is what it is. What's up, Steve? Shut up, the movie has started. Hey, Josh. What's up, buddy? Crow! Still awake. Well, it's not that late for you at the moment. But I don't remember if you guys remember I was talking in a live chat not long ago about a mysterious box coming from Bluefin. And I determined that it was one of those wins. You know, the things, not raffle, but you know what I'm talking about. The thingies that were in all of our boxes says win a trip to Japan and this, that, and the other. And hey, I actually won something. I didn't win a trip to Japan, though. But I did win this nice, cool, triple petite guy set with the gold, silver, and bronze mid-year campaign prize. So that's actually pretty cool. Miss Shoki's actually surprisingly digging on this idea. Of course, you guys know she builds these things like crazy, although there are literally 7 of them sitting right up here that have not been built yet. Yes, thank you, Pavandra. And also with that, I won a new marker set, as if I needed more markers. But hey, I got my new favoriteest gold ever, whichever side I'm looking at here. I got my new favoriteest gold, and hey, they actually sent a real panel liner. Not that I need that, but I did need a new silver, so that works out. And of course, got new. Is it new blue? Hold on. It's just blue, yellow, and new white. We have new white. So yay for new stuff. Gotta love that. Because the backlog needed to get bigger. All right, shiny metal TWRs. Yes, the only problem is, hey, Strim. The problem with those guys is they're not undergated. They're just standard old petite guys. So the nub mark, you guys know how bad the nub marks are on petite guys. So imagine the chrome. So yeah. I was watching Crow Summer's review on Ogre Jinx and saw the live, so pause it for now. Cool. Yeah, that lucky bastard gets to live over there and get the kits the second they come out. But since we're talking Build Divers kits, of course, the ones I do have the Double O Diver, which I'm going to be starting on today. I've already done the unboxing. You guys should hopefully see that Friday. I'm not sure. My review schedule is so messed up. Of course, I have the Beam Master. You guys saw the unboxing. I got these a while back, but for anybody who didn't, we got the Beam Master. And while on vacation, wandering around, I did snag me a red beret, which I'm excited about. I think everybody universally loves this kit. So this one I'm most looking forward to out of all of these so far, and I will be pre-ordering all the new stuff. I've got nowhere to put anything right now. I moved a lot of my normal live stream equipment over here so I could get the good lighting from the new lighting setup. Speaking of which, today I'm going to be putting live the DIY video on how I built my new lighting setup. And you guys haven't got to see a whole lot of it just yet, but my last couple Gundam reviews, including the one from yesterday on Not Quite Master Grade Monday, is filmed on the new light set. So if you guys actually like that, did you get the Ace unit? No, it's not out yet, buddy. It has not come out here yet, but I will be getting the Ace unit. Is the gold and silver different from the one in metallic? No, the gold is the red gold. That's the new one. The silver is exactly the same. Waiting anticipation to receive yours. Nice. Okay, so red beret is Bay. It is. I've never built a grimoire, so I'm actually really excited about that. And I like the, what are they called? Hold on, they're called where is it? The mini moires. The extra heads. This first time I looked at the box actually today because it's been so crazy around here. You guys don't even want to see our living room and our dining room area. Everything is up off the floor and pushed out in the middle of the floor. So once I get the painting done, we can really get life back together. Puke gold. He was talking about the markers. Stream. But anyways, so let's talk build divers real quick because I've done a whole lot of other stuff recently. So I've been watching the episodes. You guys have asked me a little bit about them before, and I think the last one I even left off on was episode 3. Was it? Yeah, I think it was technically episode 2, but the third episode. So Chaotic Ogre was the last one I actually physically reviewed. And I'm going to pull up the actual Gundam info here because I couldn't remember all the episodes back to back. But the one after that, episode 3, was the Protector. So that's when, of course, we get they're trying to do things, trying to get out there, experience a little bit more now that they've got their Gunpla together. And I think this is also the episode that they get Momo to come in, and I believe they're carrying her around as a Haro, which I thought was hilarious. But of course, you get the champion in disguise, so you get your masked blonde guy. But either way, we actually get to see the Age 2 Magnum in action as a Darkhound, which I thought was awesome. And then, of course, you get a couple moments in there that definitely reference G Gundam. And if you guys know, I'm not a huge G Gundam fan. But you get the Devil Gundam, or the Dark Gundam, as it were, that gets corrupted, which I think is great. And everybody wants that version to come out now, which I think would actually be pretty cool because we haven't got a new version of the Devil Gundam in forever. I think the last one was way back in the either late 90s, early 2000s, if that. And there is the shining finger sword, I think is what it was called, that he basically did to kill that. So that's actually pretty cool. So of course, early episodes, it's all set up. It's all okay. We got to get our heroes to where they're gonna be. You've got to get them. Okay, this is how we learn to build a Gunpla. This is how we work together as a team. We got to learn how to fight, which of course rolls into episode 4, Tiger Wolf of Sacred Mountain. The whole titles aren't there. And we get our first new big protagonist being Tiger Wolf. We're really getting into the furries now. It is what it is. Okay, sorry, I'm coming back to the chat so I can see. Include my Stark Jig and ASAP so I can build this. Core Puzzle Hellfire Ogre has a sense of respect for opponents. Yeah, the Ogre, Hellfire Ogre, I like him as a character and I dig it. That MG Stark Jig, that'd be cool. Battle itself, so Crow, thanks for sucking up to Crow in the middle of my chat. I appreciate that. Adam's Apple joke. Yes. Team Adam's Apple with Maggie is so ridiculous. I don't even like the bear guys, so I'm like, hey, Cassim. Have extreme foam. What they have to. So, okay. 90s Dark Age of Gunpla. True. Angry Squeaker, Nyx Hime. Indeed, waiting for the dark anime moment in Build Divers. Yeah, you're right about that. The dark anime, but well, realistically, and I'm watching this episode and the last couple episodes where you get the what are they called, the brake decals. The they're really going, like, at least I equate it to Digimon, like the early ones with the dark gears or the black gears that infect Digimon, make them more powerful, and then they change and stuff like that. So, will someone please make a custom HG Epion for the competition so we can possibly get a remastered version? Sure. That's silly. Tiger Wolf is cute. Anyways, I liked it. I liked the Tiger Wolf episode because it was he showed them how pointless it was to exercise and do things in the game because you don't get tired. But he really brought up the point that you have to acclimate yourself to you have to separate the idea of the real world and the digital world, so to speak, or GBN, so that you can maximize it. If you go with your real world limitations and thoughts, you'll limit yourself artificially in the game. So he taught them to break that and really maximize their potential. Plus, we got that really awesome Ultron, and we got a really awesome custom Tequila Gundam that I can smell the P Bandai already. I don't know about you guys. If they do that Tequila Gundam, it will definitely be P Bandai. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. A one episode custom kit. That's P Bandai material, if anything. But I like that. I thought it was really cool. Plus, it established him as also one of the better or the higher ranked divers. So that was actually pretty cool. I liked his school. I like the fact that you've got guys there who are training, but then you realize, wait a minute, and excuse the leaf blower. The landscapers are here for the first time in 3 weeks. You get the guys who are training and this, that, and the other, but I can't help but wonder if those are just NPCs. They're just there. They're not actual characters. When they fight the Romulus trainees, yeah, we're getting there. And I've watched, yes, Jay, I've watched the latest one, but I'm not going to spoil it. Tequila Gundam was beautiful. And the Cowboy Gundam, I love that. Those are the reveal of the unknown baddie moments with break decals. Yes, exactly. You miss Eric, by the way. Hi. Oh, it's Miss Eric. Oh, I misread you there. Hi. Going to be seeing Mr. Eric later. Let's see here. Let's go back to the next episode. Okay. Okay, the one after that, of course, number 5, where we get introduced to another one of the main leaders. And of course, what is it? Holy Land of Parisia. And that's where I get to see my favorite Gunpla so far, and that is the Servi Scheherazade. And you get Shariar? How the heck you're supposed to say that? So this amazing builder who does all the stuff. You get the guy who comes in pretending to be him. And of course you get more furries, because everybody's got to be furry at this point. So you got a wolf, a tiger wolf, and you have like a fox person. So it is what it is. I actually really dug it. I like the fact that they decided to try to walk across this endless desert like morons. And also, this is where we get to be introduced to Ayame. Like, we've seen her in the background, but this is the first time we actually get to see her in action. I believe it's the first time we get to see her. No, we don't get to see her kit there, I don't believe. Her SD, the Zeromaru. I don't think we see it there. I think it's in the actual, the Force episode in a couple episodes. But I like that. I mean, like, the battles are short. It's kind of falling into what Try did, where the battles were a little quicker and done in one episode, that kind of stuff. So we get the first third, maybe almost 2/3 of the episode is all set up, and then a quick battle at the end. That formula is getting a little bit old, to be honest. But when you have to do all the world building, no pun intended, first, you have to sort of get that out of the way, especially when they're exploring new lands. And I like the fact that they showed that, like, OG 1 to 100, or not 1 to 100, but the old school first, like, RX-78 kit that this dude built, and it's so perfect and pristine that it's like top of the marks. But it's everybody else is all like, this thing's old and crap. Why do people like it? Because it comes down to putting yourself into the build, building it well, increasing your skills as a builder, and of course that's where we get that. So we got the fighting capabilities you learned in a previous episode, and then in this episode you get increasing in build quality, which really, really helped. Never saw Momo's Kapool in action? Really? That was awesome. I love the Momo Kapool. Chief Arbitos Lupus Rex. Honestly, okay. Sorry, I moved the chat. Now I can't see anything. Need more Ninja Girls? You're correct. I like how you showed off the old school grandpa complete beam sabers through the backpack. Yes. One need more Ninja Girls. SD kicks ass. SD kicks so damn cool. Needed in my life. Now, it would be cool if that SD is actually based off the cross silhouettes, but I doubt it will be. Doesn't look like it is, anyways. Hola, senor. There he is. Mr. Eric, I will see you in a few hours, sir. Oh, so guys, we're going to be filming a new Shoki Builder Showcase swap later on today at Hobbytown. It's going to be really cool. We got Dion and we got Eric, and they're going to be switching kits that they built for each other, and this time they're Zoids. So this will be interesting. I've seen what you boys have been building, and it's pretty damn cool. And actually, there was an open invitation to anybody in the Houston area, part of the Houston Gundam Club or whatnot, if you want to come out there around 4 o'clock to Hobbytown, Houston off Highway 6. We will be there if you want to be in the audience, so to speak. What is your favorite Gundam kit from Build Divers? I can't honestly say that because I've only built the one so far, so I can't give you an honest opinion on that just yet, Jay. Backstabbed? You don't really like any of the Build Divers kits. You're terrible. It should, based on the information you've seen. Okay. But after that, we've got the past and... What is it? I hate past and future, so that's where we got to find... They're sort of trying to build up their force, and they need a 5th member. They need somebody else who can get in there. So Sarah can't pilot a Gundam, doesn't have a Gundam, because as far as we know, she's not even a real person, technically. So they got to go after Koichi, which I actually like his character. He's the first person we've seen with real character motivation and everything that isn't just, I'm a kid and gunplay is cool. So you get this dude who's so depressed and his life sucks because he was so into Gunpla Battle. I forgot what it was called before it was GBN. I already missed it. Basically, they had Build Fighters technology. That was crazy. It's not even referenced as being Build Fighters the way we've seen it. But it was definitely that. And they had a force back then. Him and his buddies, they all built these amazing things. Of course, he used the Gabaldi, which the Gabaldi rebake, of course, was the source of the highest viewed video I've had all year. But I like this episode because it actually had character building. It actually, you got to see somebody who lost all his friends. He tried to keep up with them and he couldn't, and he just gave up. And he shrunk into this little man cave, this little world where he kept building. And I like the idea that, like, you want to, how we got there was through Momo's Kapul that she was using in the game, because he built that. He was building all the kits for the Gundam base. So that was pretty cool. I mean, the quality of the build was so good that they had to go track him down. Then they harassed the hell out of him. And, of course, it's the brother of the chick who's been, was it Nanami, who has been helping them out at the Gundam base constantly, who is not Maggie. I don't care what anybody says, that can't be Maggie, because it can't be in the same place at 2 different times. Also, the first time we've seen a portable GBN unit, where somebody is at home and can get into GBN. That was pretty cool. Plus, I actually like Koichi's character in the game, like his like mage self. I love when he comes in and he gets so overwhelmed by what's new in GBN because he was there in the beginning. He hadn't seen it all, and he runs into Sarah, talks to her, and runs it. I don't remember if he ran into Maggie or not, but then like everybody gets together and basically, hey, come be a part of our force. We're gonna actually do this. And I love the scene near the end where the Build Divers taking all his old kits that were in a box that were all just thrown in their damage. It was his friend's kit that he held on to, and they started to repair them. And I love that. Like, it's just like, and like he comes in and he sees all his old stuff, including his Gabaldi. They're trying to piece it all together, and that makes him change his mind, and he just decides that he's going to help them out. He's going to get back into this world. All good, buddy. Red Beret is okay. Kurosama, I'd like to see you review Gundam from the Wing series. He has. Red Beret is awesome. Technically, the only ones he's done are the ones that he technically did. Okay, what? Seen Flame Toys Optimus Prime model kit? Yes, I have, Steve. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get that and the actual Flame Toys figures. So, once again, I'm currently saving up, hopefully, to snag that Tarn when it comes out, even though I got months for that. I was on Raffle when they revealed Maggie's butt. Maggie's butt is in every episode. Let's just be honest here. The old mage self. What's up, Art? Mr. Arthur Boy? Sounds like Jay just wants to talk to Crow, basically. He's like, hey, this is my live stream, but go over to his channel if you need to know things. The episode you did have more emotional side to get him into the Force. Yeah, I like it because they actually went into a decent anime for once, and so far. It's only 6 episodes in, and they finally did that. Favorite character from Build Divers so far? Probably the ogre boy. I like his character even though he's barely been in it, to be honest. But I liked Shardiyar and Tiger Wolf's back and forth. I think that's hilarious. So far, all of the old divers, all the people who are at the top, the champions, the leaders of the big forces, I like their characters because they know more about what's going on and they all interact great, and I love that. And anytime they're all together, like they were in the force battle, where they're all like talking smack, because you got Tiger Wolf and Shardiyar going back. They're gonna win because of what I did for them. No, they're gonna win because of what I did for them. And then the champion shows up, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" It's like, "Well, I like Riku and them, so I'm going to cheer them on." And they're like, "Okay." And then you got Rommel, who is the funniest character ever. I like him. He's just chilling out, like, my boy's got this. And then boom, oh crap, I dropped my drink. Anyways, the episode of Koichi, main villain who sells brake decals, teased. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody loves Rommel. I love. He's just like he is a badass. He's like second only to the champion, I think. Uh, and he has this huge army that he's building, trainees and this, that, and the other. And the force battle episode was actually very well done because you see them working together as a team. They actually learn that they have I forgot what it's called, but they have their own individual bases. Every force has their own little base that they can go hang out in and train and talk. And so they knew this battle that they were going to get into. Didn't know who they were going to be up against really, but they studied the layout of the land. They made a ridiculous plan. They got Ayami to join them, which was good. And she fit right in, despite the fact she's supposed to be a spy and looking out for Riku and this, that, and the other. Because the main villain, who's always operating behind the scene, the shadowy guy, is constantly trying to see what Riku's going to become. Of course, he's giving the brake decals to everybody as well. But in this episode, we didn't get any of that part. We just got really well planned. We got to see the Gabaldi rebake in action, and I love it. I love that thing. First, he's smashing people with the hammer, and then he splits up their forces. And I love they sit there, they relay the information to Koichi. He's like, look, they're heading this way. And he's like, okay, well, in about this amount of time, they'll be right here. And then he fires off his freaking cannon. So he's got like mortars or artillery on the back. He fires it over there so they get hit right where they're standing. So they think that there's more than the 5 people in their 4 suits, rather, in their force. So they're just everywhere. Momo's Kapul was ridiculous. The fact that, it can roll into a ball, that's awesome. It does still operate underwater like a Kapul should, because that's where she first attacks them with her penguin attacks, which it didn't quite occur to me that it looks like a penguin. Yeah, I thought it just looked like a dude in a suit, but that makes sense. Hold on. There were Azaku there, Rommel trainees used. Rommel's trainees used a lot of cool stuff. Hold on, love the 3D. Oh, yes! I love the fact that when they're customizing, and they're like, okay, here, look, we can just go ahead and print you out some runners, or if it's runners that previously exist, we're just going to go ahead and knock them out for you. Here you go. Where the hell is that system in my life? Oh, yeah, Momo and her... Momo, who's decided to be half cat. They should introduce a character who's a YouTuber. That would actually be hilarious. Somebody who reviews Gunpla but has never fought with them. That would actually be kind of funny. Brett Tucker. There's a Brett Tucker. I meant to Brett Tucker. Hi, Brett Tucker. There you are. Okay. Character named Ogre got released, so I thought it was Shrek. Later, Dennis. Can you 3D a Gunpla and then paint it? Technically speaking, you can. It's just not always great. I know plenty of people who actually, they'll 3D print. Basically, you're going to rapid prototype the part, and probably even your runner if you can, and then you're going to cast it. You're not generally going to use the straight part Although I do know of people who have done that. In fact, one of my main subscribers did that to get his Dine Slave. He has 3D printed Dine Slaves before they became an actual thing. The howitzer, yeah. Um, Colosaur Chronicles series, yeah, that such a dork. He's been in at least what 4 episodes, but he hasn't been in them lately. I like the fact. Okay, you see. Sorry, we're still on the force battle. Yuki actually did really good. I love that he's waiting outside the river or whatever for anybody to freak out and fly up, and he's just waiting there with his changeling rifle and just. He's like, well, that's what you get for jumping out in the middle of a battle. That was a poor idea. So you get Yuki talking crap. Um, that episode was great because it showed the team dynamic. It showed that they are working together. Oh, and I forgot the Gabaldi Rebake's hammer that also is giant nippers, just like the Gujin Rebake, and he cuts a fool in half. Everything about that was awesome. And you also get to see the Diver Ace, Double O Diver Ace, doing its thing. He's got his new swords. He's got his new backpack based off a seed backpack, which totally makes sense in this case because uh, it just makes sense for a striker pack more or less to be a thing in this universe because it always was. It made sense, and I feel like that's a minor callback to the first Build Fighter series, like proper Build Fighters, not the other ones. Um, so yeah, and then we move on to the festival episode, which was what it was, the Bear Guy Festival. It was a cutesy little episode, and it was supposed to be a fairly easy thing for them to do to get their force rank up. And of course, they make friends in the festival. You learn that IMA has a secret love for bear guys and all things cute, which was hilarious to watch her try to resist that and then absolutely gives in when everybody's watching. I love the fact they snap a pic of her when she's not looking, and she's like, "Give me that picture." That was so great. Okay, how many gunplay do I have? I can't tell you. There's too many. You can see behind me, I've got roughly 8 Detolfs full, and I don't know how many that is. Um, there's an asteroid. Well, there was a few seed kits in this episode because they got to show their love to seed. I cannot remember. I never remember the name of the thing that the orb forces you. That was based on, like the transforming flying one. There was the one that transforms into the dog thingy. I don't remember a lot about Seed anymore, and I haven't built a lot of those kits. I recognize them all. I couldn't name them all. But I like the fact that it really starts showing the desperation of people to use the brake decals. Because this girl who decided that she couldn't really keep up with the rest of her team, she wasn't as good, she felt like they were going to kick her out, and she was going to lose her friends if she didn't use a brake decal to win. Like, we've got to win, we've got to do this, or you guys are going to boot me out to go find somebody better. And friendship is the key to a lot of this episode. And I get that, okay, friendship and love will save the day is an old theme for God knows how long. And it does annoy people, but that is kind of the point of this. And they showed her, even her teammates showed her, it's like, no, look, we appreciate you for you. We didn't need you to be this big badass. We need you. So, striker packs will be on loot boxes, probably. Oh, that would make sense. That will be a P Bandai too, probably all of those. Bear guy, bear guy. I won't lie, I want that Musha guy. Yeah, we all do. Every single little version of the petite guys that were slightly different, I knew. It's like, oh, hey, there's a new P Bandai. There's a new P Bandai. Gabaldi Rebake. I like the Gabaldi Rebake. I can't wait to get my hands on the actual kit. But of course, we're running a little bit behind on the rest of the world there. Try to find an episode. Yep. Cervi, I absolutely cannot wait. I'm gonna have to sit down on top of working on this guy in the next few weeks to get it done. I still have to get my custom local type done. Obviously, the living room where I've normally been working on it because it takes a lot of room, like a workshop, to really get stuff done. That's a huge mess right now, obviously, as you guys know. But I want to plow through these build divers kits just so I can be caught up with all the new stuff. And I know you guys love new stuff. Plus, I love new stuff. But my backlog is kind of ridiculous. Like, I could build 2 or 3 gunpla a day, and that would be the only way to catch up right now. to like essentially empty my shelf. I can't review them as fast as I can build them, obviously. Bro Builder, what's up, buddy? Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a stream, so that's why I wanted to do one today while I had a little bit of time. You're assuming, yeah. Servi Scheherazade, can't wait for that. Actually, I just want to get the team basically, and it's like they really should be releasing a new one every week, not a new one every month. Like it should just be plowing through them. And as you can see by watching, if you're watching Crow's channel, of course he's going every Friday to get the new stuff, so it is what it is. Gaia, thank you. Oh yeah, Murasume. That's what I was gonna say Gaia, but it didn't sound right in my head. I'm so dumb. Yeah, the break decal acting like a virus that's corrupting GBN. Obviously, whoever this is has money in anti-GBN stuff. So he's either trying to corrupt GBN to make it what he wants, or he's trying to get it shut down so that the alternative can be a thing. So if you guys want to discuss non-spoilers, because not everybody has watched the newest episode, which was still really, really good. If you guys want to talk theories about what's going to happen with this series, theories about Kaito Lumiere, how's it going, buddy? Thank you, appreciate that. What are your theories? What do you think is going to happen with this series? Because it's going in a weird-ish direction. It's kind of going in, like I said, that Digimon idea where the world's getting corrupted, and we've seen to where entire areas can totally be corrupted by the use of a single break decal. So, what is the purpose? He's trying to take revenge on that killed Build Fighter style. That'd be funny. What is the purpose of this bad guy? What is he trying to do? Why is he corrupting builders and everything like that? And yeah, we get another one in this episode. I won't tell you how it goes, but as you can tell by the thumbnail of this episode, we get to see the Giraga blue one. And I love that suit. That is a beautiful one. I want to get that. I need to get a lot more age suits, and that's one thing that this series is allowing. They're allowing not just the custom ones from the series, but re-releases of older age suits, and I want that because there's so many age suits. So I'm going to have a ridiculous IBO Detolf, because it's not a shelf anymore. It's a full Detolf of IBO kits. Double O, which is virtually its own Detolf, and then I'm going to have an age Detolf by the end of this year at some point. Revenge of Dragon Momoko. If the dude's name is Dragon Momoko, it would be funny. Sarah is part of GBN. Yeah. I feel like Sarah's going to be the thing that purifies everything. So far, we haven't seen her interact with anything, but I think that she might be created by the glitches. Like, she's like Neo in a way. Like, she's the one. You know, an anomaly created by the corruption of the GBN to try to fix it, so to speak. So maybe that'll be it. Could be the Gavaldi rebate guy's friend. Could be. Sarah's part of GBN. Yeah, okay. Shadowy figure silhouette seems to remind you of Junya. Yeah, no, that dude's face totally reminds me of Junya. Although I'm pretty sure an episode or two ago we saw a dude who was very Junya-like. The Giraga is a muff get. Yep, Colasar Chronicles. Patrick will be the new champion. He was never a champion. Though if we see him actually talking to the Colonel at some point in the background, that will be great. He wants to own it. But why would you basically corrupt and destroy it if you want to take over? Especially if you want to make... Because obviously this is a money-driven world. It is what it is. And you're talking about a massive internet network across the world of virtual everything. Somebody is profiting off this big time, and we know that the profit system totally works, and people do make money off of it because of build fighters. So Gunpla is sold to be customized and do all this so that you can get into GBN, although it was a thing before GBN. So tie it all together. I mean, somebody's making money off of it, so it's either that somebody isn't making money off of it, and they want to. I don't know. I mean, the last couple of villains of these things have been driven by revenge or driven by just to be the best, which always makes sense, but it's not a true villain in that aspect. Um, but in this case, this is like true villainy, like wants to see destruction. Um, Age Kids for the win, yes. Creepy Persona vibes from a GBN as an actual alternate universe. That kind of makes sense. But it's all digital. So in the case of Digimon, it was a real world what people want to treat like a game. Think Sarah will get a Gunpla kit? I don't think so because she can't interact from the opposite side, and since she's not logged in, technically speaking, she can't have a Gunpla from the outside. You have to bring one in, and I don't think they can like bring in more than one for each other. So Sarah can't get a Gunpla. I feel like she's just gonna act as a power up to the Double O Diver one day. NPC going AWOL, yeah. Well, I'm thinking like an NPC that evolved, so to speak, because of it. Junya, like that Junya guy. Oh yeah, Koichi's backstory. Yeah, owns the Astray. There we go. Going back to work. See you later, buddy. All right. Bye, Eric. That's what I'm saying. She can't get a kit. She can't get a Gunpla because they come from the outside world. They don't exist inside, except in the NPCs. Like the GBN Leo is an NPC, so it is what it is. Who created GBN? Probably the same guy who created. My brain just died. Can you guys tell I'm tired? I need more coffee. Got all this Gundam talk, and I've totally forgotten the other Sword Art. So maybe it's just his deal. You'll all be trapped in. I swear to God, if they went there, you're all gonna be trapped here for 2 years. You've got to use your Gunpla to the best of your ability. You can't repair it. That'd be funny. Be like Kirito's daughter from SAO. There you go. Need to start watching Build Divers. Yes, you do, Josh. Get on it, buddy. There's only 9 episodes. It ain't that hard to catch up on. Fail safe for something like AI created in case something straight to mainframe, die, restarts everything. Like I said, like the one, like Neo from the Matrix. Yeah, parents won't buy her. That's terrible, Stan. Shadow Guy probably wants to fend off, discourage people from using GBN since kills and passion for Gunpla Battle, which seems strange that you would use Gunpla Battle to discourage Gunpla Battle. I don't know if that would technically work, but hey, Niels Nielsen created GBN. He would. Actually, GBN would make sense to stop corrupting the real world with Plavsky particles. Because as we've seen throughout Build Fighter Try, Plavsky particles can create a holographic real world, even corrupting the actual world. So maybe GBN was created to stop that from happening. But it's still powered by Plavsky particles. Power source some point earlier. Backpack Riku piloted. They could give Sarah one to use. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think it's a hack sign plot. Yeah, it could be. Small Kapul, Momo Kapul is going to be piloted by. No, because the Small Kapul is just piloted by Momo. It's just another. It's an auxiliary unit. Actually, technically, probably the core unit. And then it just pops out. So I mean, it's not another person. I think she's only legitimate to join a force because she shows as a character, but you don't have to have a Gundam. You don't have to have a kit to join a force. You just have to have a kit to participate. So that's why. Remember, she didn't have. She could be technically part of the force, but not have a Gunpla. So I mean, it is what it is. I guess what does she call her? A mascot, basically. So she's a part of it, but she's not a part of it. So it is what it is. And I like the fact you have to have, what is it, 4 or 5 members anyways? Yeah, you have to have at least 5. But you can have like way, way more, as we learned. In one of the, I think it was in this last episode, you learned that you can have a force with way more members, but you can only take so many into a battle. You have 3 new kits being delivered today. You got to build your last few kits. With that, hey Josh, with that IV in your arm, can you move around and actually do things? I'm assuming it's not too limiting, because you need to get back on building that. Get back on building those lupuses that you were working on, buddy. Also because it created a perfect crystal leg to show in the OVA. Yeah, true. She's ranked. She had a Gunpla once. She's not ranked. Well, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that. I mean, anybody who shows as a character, even though it could be a corrupted AI, could still have rank. The other thing is um, maybe she's stuck in it. Maybe she's like a child or something like that in a coma. But because they don't use they don't use dive gear in the same way that SAO used, where it turns you off completely, like your body's completely immobile. Because as you can see, like it's in there, but they have their hands on actual controls in the seat. So it's like a dive, but also a virtual, like a normal like virtual game. So it's in a weird situation there. So, and because Sarah never pilots anything, maybe she's actually just plugged straight into the system. Yep, see you later. See you later, Miss Eric. Lupus for Lupus contest was a contest I started back in March and actually ends tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Whatever the end of May is, there's literally no time to jump into it now. Although donations are still possible, you can still buy t-shirts and all this, that, and the other. I forgot to put the links in the description because this wasn't Lupus for Lupus related. But basically, if you're new here and you've never seen it, my wife has lupus. It's an autoimmune disease. She gave me the idea basically by asking if there was a Gundam called Lupus, so that maybe she could have something along those lines. And of course, there is. So here we go. It's a charity contest. You gotta have Misty, but constantly picking up parts for you. That's funny. As an MMO player, Gundam Build Dive appeals to me. It's the same with you guys. Not being an MMO player, it still appeals to me because it would be something I would do. So it'd be like if you combine Gundam Breaker with, well, EverQuest, essentially. I don't know, that's old school, but she's ranked. Koichi is lower ranked. I think Koichi's lower ranked because he never did anything. Remember, he had to build it back up. So there's a lot we don't ever see behind the scenes, battles and stuff like that, and just forced trips more or less. So yeah. I wish Namco Bandai could make a GBM based game. Knowing them, it turns out bland and boring. Probably. Riser, what's up? Yeah, she has rank because she's been traveling with them the whole time. She probably had nothing before because we've seen that she can interact and friend people and stuff like that. So she's plugged in somehow, but she has no memory. She doesn't know where she came from. She has no concept of the outside world. And as far as we can see, she woke up when Riku like started doing things. So I don't know. But the fact that she's been going with them would make sense that that's how her rank went up. I guess that kind of makes sense, but I want it to be an outside person. Anybody else want that? Have somebody who isn't directly connected to our heroes to be the bad guy? Because why would he take such a massive interest in Riku? Like from the moment Riku logged in with his double diver, he's been interested. So it's really strange that that would be a thing. And yeah, basically. Yeah, I mentioned EverQuest because my old roommate played the hell out of EverQuest along with friends of mine. They were all in the same group. The only time I technically ever played with them is whenever we were filming our old machinima that we did that only managed to get one episode done. That used to be carried on my channel, but I turned it off for for copyright purposes. I had to disable that video. But we actually had planned out, and I have. If you guys ever see my blue notebook that I have, it actually still contains the script and ideas from the machinima. I wrote out almost an entire season, and we had finished filming the second episode, but we had not finished filming recording. We ended up losing one of our voice cast because she moved to Arizona, and we did what we could to keep her in, and it didn't work, and then everything just fell apart after that. Favorite Gunpla grade? I don't really have one because I build all grades at this point. I used to build MGs only, and now I build predominantly HGs, but that's why I've got Master Grade Monday, or in some cases, not quite Master Grade Monday, like this guy. Um, but I mean, that's why you can see there's a ton of Master Grades behind me, because that was from when I was strictly a Master Grade builder, and of course some of the newer ones over the last couple years since I've been doing this channel. But HGs are more affordable, they're more readily available, they have way more kits, in the fact that you can get things you just aren't ever going to get in MG. So I guess HG would be my scale. RG I'm not really a fan of. They're cool, I just don't need them. Picking those flowers, that's hilarious. Yeah, the picking a flower rank or mission, yeah, that was funny. Maybe she's Riku's subconscious that I know what you're trying to say, but I stumbled over that. Created another character. That would be really strange that it could delve that deep into your brain, because they don't have like sensory access, from what I can tell. They can see, they can hear, taste, smell, all that stuff. I don't think really translates, so it's not a full dive experience. Yeah, Riku is special for some reason. Gundam Skyrim, thank you. Final Fantasy 14 ARR times or plus Gundam. That'd be cool. Good night, Jay. See you later, Josh. Guys, go show Josh Fisher some love. Just because, I talked about him the other day. He ended up getting really sick and losing his leg. But he's in great spirits. He's a great dude. We've been talking to him constantly in the Off the Runner chat that we have. In case you guys have never heard of Off the Runner, go check that out. Just see if you can find it on the YouTubes. Maybe I'll link to the channel where it's supposed to be. I've been on one of their podcasts so far. It's a lot of fun, but it is not for the kiddos, if we're honest. But it's a lot of fun. They do have food in GBN, however, it doesn't have an effect. Maybe it has because your characters don't seem to gain damage. So the food is just there to, like an interaction. It's just a thing you can do socially. It doesn't have an effect. It's like this, Which old Gundam series do you want to get an updated HG line? I don't know, because I don't build the old HGs. UC is always getting new stuff with the Revive line has really done that. I would say Wing definitely needs it. Wing needs new master grades as well, like newly developed, like 2.0s. So I mean, UC gets all the attention because Gundam, but I'm okay with some of the way they're doing things. I think that, and to be fair, G Gundam needs new kits. I don't like G Gundam, but it definitely deserves newer, more modern kits. I will say that. Coming in, but the thing is there is nothing so far to actually indicate that this is a continuation of Build Fighters. While they have Gunpla Battle and they have these other things, or they had Gunpla Battle, there is no hard indication that this is the same world. That's the thing. And that makes sense because the original Build Fighters series, before the ones from a few years ago, is not the same universe that Build Fighters and Build Fighters Try takes place in. It's just a similar concept in a similar world, but it's not the same world. So it's entirely possible that this is what it is. Now, what would be really crazy is if this is not our Earth, but Arion in the future. Think about that. Yeah, how do you drink in there? Maggie is thick. Maggie's a dude. Just remember that. Yeah, you didn't miss that much, Steve. Would you use your Gunpla for stop motion? I wouldn't, because I would be no good at it, to be totally honest with you. I do know some stop motion guys that I've talked to and that I'm following on the YouTubes. And I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember the dude's name off the top of my head. He did some really cool stop motion Gunpla stuff. Battles and this, that, and the other, adding some animation. So yeah, I mean, it's doable. I'm not going to do it personally. That's beyond my creative abilities. I can do a lot of things. And if you guys want to see some more skits, let me know because maybe I can come up with some more. In fact, I've still got the quote unquote Gundam Club rules list. It is actually still taped to my framework up here because I just haven't taken it down. G Gundam need news kit. G Gundam was awful. Need decent mecha designs. Correct. Food gives you buffs. I can understand why sunrise input the aspect. Yeah, I don't think food actually has an effect. That's the thing about it. Yeah, but you got Patrick was in Build Fighters too, but you got to understand that as long as Gundam existed as a fictional universe in any of these universes, they can have the same character. So that doesn't apply. Skits. War in a closet. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah, the problem with the skit those the three skits that I did do for the not Gundam related, those are all super easy for me. Like because we were having the discussion. Like if you guys don't know that um uh I don't know if I talked about it much. Myself, Krosama, Gunpla15, and their buddy Arthur, so all the Drunk Gunpla review guys, um, because we did a builder showcase, or I should say I did a builder showcase with them, we were all in a chat together, and Dennis, or Krosama, had already begun doing his skits. He had already done the tips skit, and then he did the backlog skit and was trying to come up with more ideas. And the not Gundam related skit came up, and he's like, I don't really know what to do with that. And literally in 5 minutes, I wrote down a script for him and sent it to him. He's like, dude, you have the idea, you go do it. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go do it. And that just started the snowball, and that's where and maybe I should have spaced it out, but like because the ideas were flowing, like the water from my walls, because that was happening at the same time. Um, I just kept making them. I should have spaced them out a little bit more over like a couple weeks instead of like back to back to back. But those were a lot of fun, and like the third one was literally like the culmination of like several ideas. If you guys didn't catch all the things that I went for in that, it was literally like just three main categories of person in Facebook groups. And yeah, the funny thing is the skits have brought about actual change in Facebook groups to where even in Gunpla Network, backlog posts are banned completely now because of Dennis's skit. And by the way, the memes and the gifs have been created already, and those are out there. Um, I do not want to hire you, Super Kamehameha, but thank you. Build You're saying that beginning G and build divers are connected, but not the other way around? What if you let someone who's good at stop motion use your gun? Honestly, I wouldn't do that. um, that's a trust issue because stop motion, you've got to do so much work and stuff like that. I wouldn't do that. But if they want to use their own gunpla, sure. Food man. Well, you got to think that if Kasim, Doji is probably a short, fat dude in real life, to be honest. Almost everybody is similar to their actual build. Mind you, you can alter it to some degree. Like Maggie might be something very similar to what she is in the real world. Born Closet is a great series, yeah. Builders is connected to build divers to make more sense than build fighters. Yeah, correct, yeah. Beginning G, actually. It would make a little more sense in that aspect. I haven't watched that series, but I know a little bit of it. But it would be weird to do that. Go back and reference an older universe that we don't really know that well. Nani? Very similar battle system ready to join you. Okay. Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, Maggie could be. I mean, you got to think that some of the aspects are going to be a little cartoony, but something about it's got to be kind of real. unless you, I feel like obviously rank wise, the higher you get, the more customization you can do, like in a lot of these games. So that's why Riku, Yuki, and all these guys, while they have minor customization to their characters, it's not extreme. You don't have like a Tiger Wolf or a Shadiar situation where they're furries, like hardcore. Um, but you get a lot of people who just look like normal people in uniforms. Or you get Rommel, who's way up at the top and is totally a ferret. Or a mongoose. I think he might be a mongoose, to be perfectly honest. Um, That's what I was saying. I think that that's just one of his favorite character or favorite animals. And if you've been in there long enough and your rank is high enough, I could see them just letting you do whatever. And I mean, realistically, you see this cute little ferret thing in a tiny uniform, you're not going to think much of it, and then he's going to slaughter you. If he's second only to the champion, you let him have his fun and be a sleeper kind of character. So that makes sense. And, you know, if a ferret can instill the respect that Rommel does, then don't question it, honestly. It's kawaii. That's when they were petting him, it was hilarious. Um, yeah, right on the mongoose. Yeah, that is. I think he's a mongoose, to be perfectly honest. Although all of those, oh, what are those? My brain is tired, guys, and the noise from outside has been annoying me. What are ferrets and mongoose and all those things? What is the animal type? I can't remember. Principal from UA Academy. No, I do not. But anyways, I kind of wish we could talk about the new episode, but I really don't want to spoil it for everybody. I literally just watched it. Um, oh, okay, I know what you mean, SWAT Rana. All right, took me a minute, but yeah, no. This has been a lot of fun. Of course, we haven't done a thing in a while, live stream. And if you guys can see right here behind me, I don't have my own camera pulled up. I'm just looking at the chat. Rodents, but there's a specific thing that they are because rodents are they're kind of they're in like rodentia as a family, but no, they're not marsupials. He's Rocket Raccoon. That's hilarious. Um, it's gonna come. I'm just gonna use my damn phone. Let me just do that. Why is my phone doesn't want to unlock? There it goes. I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna annoy me if I don't. So of course it could be a weasel. That would be interesting. Polecats. I forgot that those were a thing. Uh, I was just thinking because of the musk that they put up. I couldn't think of the words. Give me a second. I might not find the word that I'm looking for. It doesn't matter. Anyways, ferrets, all those things are cool. They're cute, actually. Now, Zacharilius, do what? I'm assuming you're asking if I know Zacharilius and do you like his videos. Zach and I sort of know each other. We've talked a little bit. He did help out with the Lupus for Lupus thing due to Zeta's relationship with him. Which, by the way, go subscribe to Zeta Gunplay if you haven't. He has been my partner on the Lupus for Lupus contest, and of course, I've gotten a lot of help from the other guys. But his connection to the bigger YouTube Gunpla guys really made this contest like explode to the fact that we had round about 70 entries, or well, 70 entries, not 70 submissions. I did not get submissions from everybody, which I thought was strange. Sweet Rabbit. Yes, I kept calling him Rabbit. Okay. Sitting to go nuts in principle is yeah, pretty much everybody knows that. If you're on YouTube and you've looked up Gunpla reviews, odds are you've seen Zach and his stuff. So it is what it is. See you later, Kaito. I'm about to bail on this anyways. I have a headache at this point and I need to get to work. I've only got a few hours to play because I've got to drive an hour to get down to Hobbytown. I got to get down there an hour before Dion gets off so that we can get set up. I may or may not bring my review set. I'm thinking about that. Yes, Thomas, I got your submission. Okay, if you sent an email with pictures of some sort to the Lupus for Lupus Gmail, I got it. I'm sorry I did not reply to every single person who sent it in and let you know that I got it. I apologize for that, but I got them. If you did not send the thing properly to lupusforlupus@gmail.com, I did not get it. So we're still short a few people. And I know in the case of like Josh is not going to be able to compete because of what happened. But there are people out there who just flat out entered and didn't submit. Maybe they thought it was just going to be a donation thingy, so they bought a ticket. And if that's the case, just let me know. So we're not sitting here wondering what happened to your submission. Although there have been some amazing ones. And so far, there's been a consensus on the advanced winners. The top 3 seem to be everybody's consensus. So that is what it is. I'm doing work while listening to this like a podcast. A lot of people do that. Zach is the successor to Robert. I just do the artwork. Yeah, Steve's shirt sold more than anybody's. In fact, I have one of Steve's shirts because it's so good. I like how you made better artwork after the fact, Steve. That was crap. Just kidding. But anyways, I got to go get back to real life now, guys. And always it's hard to just end these streams, so I'm just going to hit this button and it's over. No, I'm just kidding. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming in and participating. I know it has been a while. I'm going to try to get back to doing them more often. Maybe do another build stream once I get a couple of these things caught up. Maybe I'll do a build stream with this guy. I appreciate your support as always. Everybody who's been keeping us in their thoughts and prayers due to the living situation, and also to anybody who said kind words to Nick with his loss of his father last week. I do not know at the moment when the funeral will be. Hopefully they'll let us know soon so we can go do that. I've been checking in on Nick every single day, make sure he's good, and he definitely appreciated all of your kind words and prayers, because he really needs it. And it sucks to lose a parent. It sucks to lose family members. I can't even imagine what he's going through, because so far I'm lucky enough to still have my parents, though their health has massively been in question lately. And so, you know, it's sad, but it's only a matter of time in my case. And I'm just trying to be there for him, trying to be a good friend as much as I can, checking on him every day, trying to make him laugh as best I can. So continue to just send the love that way if you can. And make sure you like this video. If you did dig it, if you watched through the whole thing, leave me a like. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do stuff every single day, guys. So just there's not a shortage of content, as it were. In fact, there is still a couple months worth of non-Gundam reviews already uploaded, and I've got another 3 weeks worth to edit. So yay for that. So stick around for all those things. Go check out the Patreon if you want. It's down there in the description below me if you want to help support the channel, if you want to buy any Shoki t-shirts and stuff like this, like this one right here that says "Keep on Nerding" on the back. All that stuff is down in the description. Yes, it is. I had to think about it for a second. So I'll catch you guys later. So remember, as always, to keep on building. Alright, guys. One of these buttons makes this end. It's not that one. There we go.